There we go. We are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live with the ladies at Vintage Hip Decor. I'm Carla.
And I'm Amanda.
We're a mother-daughter team. And tonight we're talking all design styles.
I'm Carla. And I'm Amanda.
Oh my gosh, my speaker's on. I'll turn that off. Everything's fine.
Echo in here.
Tonight we're talking all design styles. Actually, we are talking about two design styles in particular because we thought we could kind of do this thing where we come on live, and obviously we're going to always talk home decor, but maybe every other once in a while with a live we can do like talking about design styles, the different types of design styles.
Yes.
As a way to kind of like
help people figure out what styles they are,
what
design styles they are.
And of course you can like more than one design style. So learning about all the different kinds will equip you with like the knowledge to know what you do and don't like, because it helps just as much to know what you don't like than it does to know what you do like.
Yes, exactly.
So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're just gonna chat about home decor and have some fun.
Beautiful interiors.
Beautiful interiors. So yeah, we're going to be talking about two different design styles. Like I said, and that's called organic modern. And it's kind of like new on the scene. She's new around these parts. No design style is truly new because they always like kind of build on what came before them. You know, like design always like evolves and changes, you know, like nothing's really new in the fact that like it came out of nowhere or anything.
Nothing under the sun is new.
nothing under the sun is new. So organic modern isn't any different in that sense, but it's kind of like really taking off right now. And I personally love it in a big way. Yes. I'm seeing it like all over the place and I'm here for it.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I love it. And what we have on the screen right now is like a little bit of a look into organic modern. And it's right there in the name too. Like it's a lot of organic elements and like lots of natural like materials, like wicker
neutral color schemes.
Lots of neutral color schemes, but with like an elevated neutral, not where everything has to be cream. Like there's this pretty kind of like rust in here. That's really nice, and a green kind of woven elements like you see in these baskets here. Lots of wood textures,
earthy
tones. It's really like peaceful and serene, but kind of not super clean lines. It's still cozy. It's still like super cozy, but like kind of done in a fresh way. So it's kind of still sleek,
homey and inviting, right?
Yeah. So this is a little, look at organic modern. And you know who does this really well is McGee & Co. or Studio McGee. This is kind of like a very signature look for her, and also Joanna Gaines. Like especially if you watch the latest season of Fixer Upper, which they just like started releasing over on Discovery Plus and their Magnolia Network, because they most launched their own
channel,
their own like TV network. Like they weren't doing enough. They launched a TV network.
I haven't seen an episode yet.
We should watch them together because it's really good. And you'll see Joanna is doing a lot of this too. I feel like Joanna, and man, why am I blanking on the name of the woman from Studio McGee? Because her brand is so out there. I know her name. I can't believe I'm blanking on it right now just because I'm kind of on the spot right now. Mom's Googling it. But like I feel like are the front runners for kind of like shaping this design style and everything.
Didn't she just have a baby?
Oh, her name is Shay.
Shay.
It came to me. Shay and Joanna are kind of like really doing this style in such like a beautiful way. So look at if you're looking at these three pictures and you're like, I love that, then turn to Joanna's newer stuff and then Shay and what they're doing. For for inspiration because their spaces that they're creating are really beautiful. So we have more to look out here. So yeah, still like very earthy. A lot of this like pottery and ceramic and like natural thrown pottery, all in kind of earthy tones and stuff, kind of moody artwork.
Yes.
Throw pillows, coziness, lots of texture. But this can like work really well layered on top of modern farmhouse because we've got the shiplap here. A lot of like these elements are also part of modern farmhouse. So
yeah, I like how that there's 2 rugs there. Did you notice?
Yeah,
layered.
It's like a layered situation, and like layering the blanket on this like really soft ottoman.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the layering of all of these pillows and everything. So lots of really beautiful things. But let's break down kind of what goes into like building up this style, because you can look at a photo and be like, wow, I really love that. It's really beautiful. But like, how do you apply it to your house? Like what should you look out for if you're shopping and you kind of want to bring in a little bit more of this element? So let's break that down a little bit. Oh, actually, I wanted to say somebody else who breaks this down really well is Jennifer Todrick from The Rambling Redhead.
Yeah.
She actually has a show on HGTV called No Demo Reno. And she recently made this like mood board off to the side here and shared it on her blog. And I just thought it was so stunning. And I feel like she did a great job of like breaking the elements down, because now you can kind of see them individually instead of like all just in a room like we were looking at here. Now you can kind of look at the individual elements and kind of break it down and analyze it a little bit better. So I love what she put together here. I just wanted to share that. If you don't follow Jen over on Instagram, she's a lot of fun. She's like the one where I have to watch her stories every day.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's fun. But this is a photo of her in a kitchen that she designed on her TV show. And then, yeah, she styled this organic modern living room look over on the side here that I really love. But yeah, like we're going to break it down. So I kind of pulled some home decor elements. This is like shelf decor, or it can go on a coffee table.
Yes.
Just general decor that would go really nicely with organic modern. And it's definitely some plants, you got to bring in life, but I mean, every design style is going to incorporate plants in some way, in my opinion.
Yes.
If you're a plant person, you can see like lots of this like natural pottery
earthenware.
And earthenware is the word for it for sure. Baskets, wood tones. And the fun thing about everything that I have here on the screen is actually, would you believe that all of this is sold at Target?
Wow, nice. They do have nice things.
And most of this is in the Studio McGee line from Target with a little bit of Hearth and Hand thrown in.
Is it artificial?
Yeah, those
plants?
are artificial plants.
So it's done really well.
Yeah, they
can't
look
see the
like
difference.
This little guy. I absolutely,
yes,
I am a real plant person.
I would like that instead of my ivy that's having such a hard time up there in my bedroom.
I would definitely
get
this
to
plant.
Switch it out.
Well, maybe you can order this one.
Yeah, this is nice.
But yeah, all of this is available at Target. So this style is very accessible. It's definitely what's like trendy and in right now. And it's very easy to layer on top of other design styles. Design styles don't mean that you have to like totally switch your home decor overnight. Like you slowly decide like, okay, I'm not into that anymore. So then you remove that item and bring in something new. Like you're walking the aisles at Target and you're like, must have that. Then obviously one in, one out, kind of update your decor slowly over time that way. All of these pieces would work with whatever is happening in somebody's home,
Yes,
none of them scream like, what is this new thing?
Exactly. It'll go with any interior.
Yeah. But how they all nicely work together in this kind of like organic modern way.
Yes.
Jonalyn said hi. Sorry I'm late. Hi, Jonalyn. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Rather late than never.
Yeah, let us know if anybody has any questions in the chat. We're happy to answer any questions you have along the way about anything home decor related. but we are going to keep chatting about the design styles. But yeah, there's even a little bit of concrete in here. So really any kind of natural textures, lots of texture and elements from nature. So organic modern, but still kind of like sleek, you know, and cozy. So let's talk pillows and throws.
Oh, yeah.
So these are also just like kind of the soft color palette of the greens and blues and the creams, kind of more subtle pattern, like not anything too bold or over the top.
Yes. And I like the different textures.
Yeah.
I can see each one has their own individual texture.
Yes.
And
it's definitely all about layering texture. I mean, in most design styles, right? Like layering texture and color and like different elements is how you make something feel dynamic and more than just like one dimensional.
Exactly.
So these are also all available at Target from the Studio McGee
we should
line.
link these in the description, right?
Yes. So
tomorrow.
Yeah. So we do have all the links to this. It's going to be in the description of this video as soon as tomorrow.
Yes.
So those of you who are live won't have access to them right now, but they will be up tomorrow, and I'll certainly let you know when those go up.
Yes.
But check the description. You can shop all of this at Target. It's mostly in the Studio McGee line with definitely some Hearth and Hand mixed in. I'm pretty sure this pillow up front here is Hearth and Hand. But yeah, you know, this is very accessible right at your favorite store. Ooh. So this is, let's talk a little bit artwork. So the artwork for this style, of course, and any of these things, the pillows, the decor, and the artwork that we're now looking at, it doesn't mean it has to be this or nothing.
Yeah.
You know, there are other elements that work to it. We're just kind of like highlighting the like kind of key, like, oh yeah, that is so organic modern, you know what I mean? How certain things can just like define a style. But of course, more will work with the style. But lots of like moody, kind of like landscape inspired things, a little bit abstract.
Also with the earthen colors and
muted, very muted color palette. These are kind of like bigger single pieces. So maybe instead of like a bunch of gallery walls, not that a gallery wall wouldn't work, but like kind of one big stately piece. I have had my eye on this.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's also at Target. Surprise, surprise. All the things that I linked for Organic Modern are available at Target because, like I was talking about earlier, Shay with Studio McGee and the line that they put out, you know, this is her style, and she's putting out pieces at Target that
and very affordable. So we are able to like switch out things, you know.
Yes.
Would you like put stuff away?
Yeah.
Or would you like get rid of stuff and then replace, or just keep some of your things for maybe?
You could do it either way.
What seasonal or
you could do it either way. I would say you keep your classic items. If you have a lot of decor, I know I have a lot of decor, and I have to store some of it away. Like I can't have it displayed all the time, but it's stuff that I love, so I do store it. But I do know when I'm over something, then I either donate it or sell it. Most of the time, just donating it. But yeah, if it's something classic that will work with any design style, then I would say just store it to switch it out for like a season or just for a couple months. Excuse me. I had dinner directly before this. Or, you know, if it is something that you kind of know in your heart of your heart, like this isn't my style anymore, I don't really like it, don't even store that item. Just send it off so that somebody else can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And make more room in your life for something new and better. Jonalyn said she's really loving Organic Modern lately. It is like almost all of the Instagram accounts that I follow, their homes look like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so dreamy.
Yes.
It's so, so pretty.
Very pretty. How does it differ or compare to transitional style?
I'm still learning a lot about transitional style. And it sounds like transitional style encompasses a lot of different things.
It's the two traditional and modern mixed.
Yeah.
In a similar way.
Yeah. And I feel like I would say Organic Modern is very are transitional because it's, you know, the organic part of it is kind of the more traditional, cozy farmhouse, rustic, where the modern part is like the sleek and the less stuff and kind of streamlined. Yeah. So in terms of rugs, these are all also available at Target. How beautiful are these rugs?
Beautiful.
That's kind of that like vintage rug look is still a very big thing that I love. This has been a look that's popular in rugs for the last couple of years.
Yes.
And I think it's still going strong. That whole like kind of faded, it almost looks like it's an old Turkish rug, but that's like antique.
Yeah.
But really you bought it at Target.
Smacks of antique looking. It's beautiful.
So yeah, that's kind of like what's happening with rugs. All of this pairs so beautifully together with, you know, these spaces. We can go back and look like this rug down here and these pillows, like all this decor. That's like basically what we just looked at, you know, in all of those pictures. So yeah, that's what that's rugs.
Rugs in the organic
modern. So that's just like a quick look at organic modern. If you didn't even know that was happening on the scene, stroll down the Target aisles and you'll kind of see it's kind of everywhere. I know it's all over Instagram. Personally, the accounts that I follow, it's really beautiful. And can highly recommend checking it out if you at all were inspired by any of that. But next we're going to talk about mid-century modern. Mid-century modern is heavily about furniture and wooden furniture without any paint or anything. Of course, there are definitely mid-century modern pieces that are painted, and we've painted them in the past too, that are really gorgeous. But it's about a lot of wood tones, straight lines, but also curvy lines, because like these like chairs, and you'll see in a couple things that we bring up in a little bit, like there are definitely some curves that are welcome to the party. But it's a lot of straight lines like you see in the buffet and this console over here. Definitely a lot of plants, always plants, and these kind of like leather couches. It also mixes really well with a couple different design styles, definitely boho being one, because this rug down here is a little bit boho, but also there's like a Southwestern style that is very popular, and that goes really beautifully with mid-century, because mid-century modern is very popular in like Arizona and California, Nevada, like that whole section of the country, which is all desert. So there's also a big Southwestern influence down there. So it's a lot of like the Southwestern, like this cactus here and these patterns in the pillows and the plants, like the snake plant. So yeah, but like now you can see a little bit more of the curvy lines in these chairs, but still the straight lines in the buffet and everything. And then this space here in the middle is a little bit like this macrame on the wall is a little bit more boho. But yeah, this is definitely very mid-century over here on the left with this lamp. You know, like that almost like could look like it's straight out of somebody's dining room in the 50s, you know, more mid-century than it is mid-century modern. You know what I mean? Where this one is very boho, because again, it's got more macrame there on the table and like the driftwood centerpiece.
I like that lampshade.
This lampshade. That's definitely very mid-century modern. Very pretty. But something really distinct about mid-century modern is its color palette. So there's actually, mid-century modern's color palette is very fun and vibrant and bold. Lots of mustards and orange and teal and like this pea green. There was a lot of pea green, like upholstered furniture back in the day.
I know. I remember some dinnerware pieces that that had patterns with that color on it.
Yeah. So that's like definitely the very traditional, like mid-century modern color palette, or mid-century color palette. But you can absolutely use those colors if you want to go mid-century modern in your house today. There's nothing wrong with them. But there's also like a more muted version if you want to like kind of modernize it and update it a little bit. You just go with like a little bit more muted of a palette. But both of these will read very mid-century modern when you know, you put them together with
Yeah.
with the furniture, which we're about to get into, because like I said earlier, a big distinction of the mid-century modern is the furniture.
Gorgeous.
So all of the stuff that I'm about to show you is actually all from West Elm, because West Elm is like very known for having a very mid-century modern style to their store and their furnishings and everything. So everything I'm about to show you is all from West Elm, which they make really beautiful, like quality furniture. And it's they didn't come to play. They are really nice. So yeah, this is, you see it a lot in like TV consoles and buffets, very like lots of mid-century modern in terms of furniture. It's almost all like teak wood, this kind of lighter wood tone. I have seen other wood tones work with mid-century modern, but usually like the lighter the better. But you also don't want to go so light that it's too natural either.
Yeah.
What are some of your thoughts about mid-century modern furniture?
I love it. I like the straight lines about it, and I have to say I like the ones that we painted, like different, like you know, funky 50s, 60s like patterns on there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So for those of you who may not know, Vintage Hip Decor, we got our start with painting furniture, painting vintage furniture about 9 years ago. And about 7 years ago, we opened a shop, and like we have painted over 1,000 pieces of furniture.
Oh, way, yeah. Lots and lots.
Lots and lots. And a lot of them were mid-century modern. And some of them we did kind of just refinish them to match this look that you see right in front of you. But we also painted some, like we definitely did some in like an orange and a teal.
Yeah.
Is standing out to me.
Yellow. Yeah.
And a mustard.
We shipped
we've
some
done.
of them to California too.
Yeah. So yeah, we love mid-century modern furniture. It has a special place in our heart. A lot of it is still around. It was really well-made furniture, so it's still out there, you know, like in thrift stores and consignment stores and antique shops and online. And with so many people making furniture refinishing their, like, almost said lifestyle. It can be a lifestyle. Their career, like you can find somebody even local to you who paints furniture who probably has some mid-century pieces that you can, you know, shop. But let's talk like armchairs, because yeah, like you want to have a nice solid couch, but mid-century modern also has like so many fun armchair moments that you can have. Leather is definitely a big thing, but a lot of straight lines, but also a little bit curvy, because you see the curve in this pink armchair and the handles of this leather armchair, but also then these little legs. That is a very signature look for the mid-century modern, is the little tapered legs, and especially if they're like splayed. That's actually something we should have said here. They're almost always set at an angle with a skirt like that. That's a very classic look for the mid-century modern. So you'll see that kind of mirrored in these chairs here as well. And then there's dining room chairs, which there's just so much fun character that you can bring in. A lot of mid-century dining rooms are just like so fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, just like the taperedness of the legs and curvy yet straight somehow. Like,
I've never seen a textured one like that, but that's very pretty.
Yeah.
That's probably more current day mid-century.
A little bit more modern, yeah.
Modern.
You'll definitely see like upholstered a lot with mid-century modern as well. You'll get your all wood furniture, but mid-century modern also loves to mix like textures with wood, with upholstery, kind of mixed all together. So sofas are a big statement moment that can happen in mid-century modern. A lot of straight lines in the sofa with the little tapered legs that we've been talking about. You'll see that there. But then, yeah, you can see elements of mid-century modern in all of these spaces. The like lamp that swoops up over the whole scene. kind of more sleek, straight lines, coffee table, some plants, rugs. We're going to talk about rugs in a second. But like, how gorgeous is this velvet down here? And these couches are also all from West Elm. And the nice thing about West Elm is that you can custom order the couches. Like, they have a bunch of different like fabrics that you just choose from, and like you can choose your own wood tone for like the legs, and so you can kind of custom make your couch.
Yeah.
But leather couches,
a long wait list. Because
yeah, all furniture anywhere, yeah.
Furniture manufacturing, you know, it's taking a hit.
Yeah. You hear that everywhere, where people order a couch and it's not going to come in for like 8 months.
Yeah.
Which seems a little dramatic.
I wanted to order a headboard from them.
Yeah.
And yeah, October, maybe end of October.
That's like,
I don't have that kind of patience. But maybe I'll do it.
So, and another big element of mid-century modern is a fun bar, like a bar cabinet moment.
Yes.
Or a bar cart moment.
Yeah, we did a couple of those too, remember?
Yeah. So these two pieces are also, and the glassware here is all from West Elm, but you can see how they styled it. It's just like so fun. This artwork up here is very mid-century modern, it's very fun. Some lovely crystalware I love. Yes. Like a nice crystal tumbler to drink out of with a kind of sleek lines decanter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a really fun element, because that's like very Mad Men, right?
Yeah, Zon likes mid-century modern furniture.
Yeah,
right?
that's my brother, Zon. But yeah, like he's definitely into that style, and it's very pretty. It's very like masculine. It can be very masculine, and I picked out some gold decor. I'm pretty obsessed with gold, and so this is what my eye was drawn to while I was scrolling through West Elm. Just very kind of pretty. Geometric, like architectural, kind of like fun decor for bookshelves and that kind of thing. And plants. Always plants. I mean, the snake plant is like a signature. It's a must-have for mid-century modern. You're not doing mid-century modern unless you have a snake plant, and it has to be in this little plant stand thing with the feet.
Yeah.
Like, this is just a very classic mid-century modern look. Bring in lots of nice greenery. And then in terms of rugs, you can go very geometric. You can also do the whole like faded antique rug look that we were talking about earlier. Or you could go like pattern and like kind of tribal, or that's geometric in a sense as well, but like very eclectic, kind of organic and fun, fun and vibey.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of choices there with rugs as well. So that about does it. Like, that is mid-century modern in a nutshell. All of those elements pulled together will help you create a beautiful mid-century modern space. And like we said earlier, mid-century modern goes really lovely with so many different design styles. It works beautifully with boho and like the Southwestern, like we were talking about before. There's just modern in general. Like, there's so much that you can do with it. And you'll see a lot of mid-century modern furniture pop up in completely different design styles, because their furniture is just like so beautiful and like classic, you know. But yeah, that about does it for those two design styles.
Yeah,
just like a quick look in them to show you like what goes into it, so you can kind of get a feel for, I vibe on that and I don't like that. But we are definitely going to pick a couple more design styles and come on live and talk about them again, as a way of like just teaching a little bit about what goes into each style, so that you can learn for yourself what you love, what you don't love, and what works for you in your home, and kind of give you some inspiration and fresh ideas. So yeah, anything else that you wanted to add?
Don't be afraid to add some color on those mid-century modern pieces.
Yeah, to paint them with a color.
Yeah. Or is that kind of like going out of style right too now?
I think it can be done in a nice way.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's what you like and for your home, like
Yeah.
it can definitely be done in a. There's definitely probably a tacky way to do it, but there's gonna be like a nice classic way to do it.
Yeah, I like the way that we incorporated the two. We never painted the entire piece.
Yeah, we always kept wood when we
did
painted them.
patterns, diamond, or.
So let us know in the comments if you have any questions. We're happy to answer them. Even after the live ends, we always make a point of getting back to all of our comments. But we want to thank you for watching. And that about does it for tonight's live.
Thank you for joining.